Hey there, everybody. How's it going? Hope you're having a great one and hope you're looking forward to a really fantastic weekend. I actually have some news for you that is really interesting that I wanted to go over with you really quickly here. It's some Zenyatta news. So as you can see here, we've got Zenyatta loaded into the training range, and this actually just dropped into the Overwatch 2 beta. And now these are huge changes. We did our last video or two on the support role and just sort of some tips and tricks there. And now we can see just immediately some big changes here. So with Zenyatta, his punch or his kick does a sort of a knockback effect, as you can see here. I'm just gonna knock her off. You might hear a fun voice line also, but as you can see, she gets knocked back, the tracer over there. Let's go and just walk into some bots here. I already kicked this guy here. Let's go to this one here. Sort of, there you can see right there. It sort of reminds me of an Ashe, sort of the rifle when she knocks them back. And it looks like it's quite powerful because, as you can see, if someone dives him, a Winston or a Genji or a Tracer, I mean, that knockback effect can be really, really powerful. And I think that it'll be really interesting to see how this kind of plays out in the actual game. So again, that's sort of the first change here. And I wanted to just quickly go over a little article here that was posted by the dev team for Overwatch that sort of just discusses, I mean, the last video I posted was my frustration playing Ana in the back line and just sort of what that what that experience is like. But I think that we should just go over this article real quick to kind of get a sense of what the dev team is thinking, and we'll just keep it really, really brief. And just real quick here, I want to do one last little kick off the map because it's just so fun. And again, I think this is really huge. I would expect there to be pretty similar changes coming. Oh my lord. Oh, that is a blast. Let's get this guy. All right, one more just for like safe measure because it's so fun. But you know, I'd expect this to be showing up with some of the other characters. Hopefully Ana's next on the list. And a little goodbye, sir. But yeah, I mean, I think that that's sort of what I would expect for some of the other characters, as Zenyatta, like I said, or Baptiste maybe, you know, just depending. But that is really exciting news. And now with that all said, let's jump in this article. But I hope that for those Zenyatta players out there like myself, I really hope this gives you some hope for the future. So let's jump in the article here right now. All right, so we can see our blog right here that was posted onto the website, Blizzard Overwatch website. You can take a look. I'll put a link in the description. But you can see here we have our changes. So they sort of just go over their progress, their goals for the beta so far. And essentially you can see their main focus was to shift to 5v5 with new maps, push mode, balance, serviceability. This kind of then goes on to say that, again, this is just the first public test. Really, they're focusing on some of these, just the main stuff, the UI elements, kill feed, all that stuff, or finding the auto mix. That's sort of just a cherry on the icing or cherry on the cake. Again, they're going to work on those things as we see different iterations. The ranked mode and queue times, they understand there's a call from the community for ranked mode. And of course, the queue times for DPS and especially tanks are pretty bad. So they're obviously working on that. We can see game balance and support heroes. Now, again, this is, we observed support heroes feeling too vulnerable to diving and flanking attacks with fewer shields and no second tank. Again, there's no off tank to peel for you, so feels pretty bad. Now, maybe in terms of balancing and statistically it works, but just in how you feel playing support, it doesn't feel that great. I think a lot of people just who play support agree with me there. So clearly some changes needed to be made. Clearly Zenyatta is an important one, but hopefully with Ana, we'll see some changes there as well. And so moving forward, we're going to see they're going to be working with some experimental changes and shorter lead time, new refreshed abilities of some existing support heroes. So again, we might see that in the beta test or later. One other thing, the new scoreboard they were working on, just how they design the UI, everything like that. Pretty much nothing else here is really that important, except that they seem to be hearing the feedback that the community has. And so that's really, really uplifting. And so hopefully they do this moving forward. They really need to be communicating a little bit more with the community quickly because, you know, as we know, you know, you get a build and you see what you see. You know, you don't know what their vision is. So if it just feels awful playing support, then you're going to feel awful playing support. It's hard to see the potential of the possibilities. But that said, I do hope that this is a good sign that we're going to get the communication that was promised to us. And so all that said, I really hope that you will go take a look at the article yourself. You can read more of the detail, but mainly I went through the basics there, and just, you know, manage your expectations. And once again, there will be multiple betas. This was one of the closed betas, and it's still going on just for another week or two. And then we'll probably have a bit of a pause, and they'll come back with something new. So we all have some frustrations as support players, and just sort of the bare bones nature of this beta, but again, it's good to keep perspective. And so I highly recommend going to take a look at some of the other betas and how they've played out for other games, because again, this is quite similar just to where we are. The only negative has been that we've been waiting forever, so it does feel kind of frustrating. We want everything all right now, but that's not usually how it works. So I have some patience. I do have some frustrations like everybody here, but let's just see if there are more changes like this that was made to Zenyatta, to other characters. It might be amazing. So that all said, have a great one, and I'll see you on the next video.